Did I scare you? No, we're not going to finish that joke because that was moist. Anyway, hello everyone! This is Rocco the Rayquaza, and today, as you can see, I have Splatoon playing right now. It's been a long time coming. I've been meaning to get an Elgato to do recordings on here, and since Splatoon Raider's coming out in a little over a month now. No, not a little over a month, almost 2 months. Since it's coming out soon, I wanted to start recording videos of Splatoon. And to start, well, I'm going to be talking about my experience with Splatoon from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 3. And what I hope for the future for this game, I guess. So we're just going to be playing some Turf War, I guess. Maybe ranked? Actually, wait, what is Gridsco looking like? And I meant to just go here. Yeah, no. Open battles is Rainmaker. Yeah, we'll just stick with Turf War for this. I don't want to be raging at sweaty people right now. Anyway, so we'll just be in Turf War talking about what my experience with Splatoon was from the start. So I'm just going to be using a generic gear here. There's nothing, like, pure is pretty much, like, not exactly frowned upon nowadays, but definitely not really effective in Turf Wars. Or, well, just in matches in general. But I'm just here to ramble, talk about my experiences with Splatoon. So I'm not really, like, going with any competitive setup, which I already have some here. Anyway, wait, where? Ah, here. I have some here already, so, but we're not going to use them, so just going to go into regular Turf War, and we'll go from there. Hopefully the game audio isn't too loud and you can hear me. If not, I can always edit that in post. Anyway, to start off, Splatoon 1. Well, when it was first revealed... wait, when was it? Damn it, I missed it again! Hey guys, it's editing Rocco here. Going through this, I realized, yeah, I rambled a lot on this. So I'm going to come through in editing and just give a better, more cohesive, not as rambly, not as distant or absent-minded looking thoughts on the game series in general, because, like, I, like, get way too focused into the game. I can't really, like, for some reason, I just cannot focus on gameplay and also talk at the same time. So I think that's going to be a bit of an issue when I eventually cover Raiders on here, but we'll work through it. But as of right now, for this, I'm just going to talk about basically giving a bit more detail into what I wanted to say during the video, instead of just cutting myself off like this whenever I'm trying to focus. Or just losing track of what I was talking about. So I compiled a list of things to touch upon that I did say in the video, just not, like, completely get into, because, again, lost my train of thought of several times over just trying to focus on the game. And, yeah. Basically, going back to what I was saying, when Splatoon 1 was first revealed, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't engage with it. I just completely ignored it for the most part. Probably, like, towards the middle of the game's lifespan is when I actually gave it some thoughts and actually looked into it. From my earliest memory of it, other than just the reveal, of course, is obviously the infamous "You're a kid, you're a squid now" commercial. But, I mean, that was obviously when it first released. But back towards, like, the mid-lifespan of the game, I came across a YouTube video from I can't remember the person's name off the top of my head, but I'll put it up here when I'm done recording this section. But the premise of the video, just based on what I'm guessing, was their experience with the Splatoon community, or just their how they saw the game when it released. Basically, the general gist of the animation was them seeing their the world around them just slowly become Splatoon, basically. And it got me intrigued on what the potential lore of the video, or of the game, could have been. Now, of course, I don't really... Obviously, what that video was showing was not the same as what was actually going on in the game, but whatever. But it got me intrigued. I started watching some videos. After that, I remember watching, I think Zach Scott's the guy's name. I'll have to, again, I'll look it up in post. But he did a video on, or he was doing videos on the story mode of Splatoon, and I think the first one that I saw was either the boss fight with the Octo Whirl, or the shark looking guy, or boss, the one that looks like a microphone but like acts like a shark, though. I don't know. Again, I'll put it in post when I remember what it is. And after that, I think the next time I really engaged with this series was just when I heard about the final fest, which was Callie versus Marie. Given the fact that I didn't really know their personalities at all, I didn't really choose any side in particular. Then after that, we got the Switch reveal. So when the Switch was revealed, we saw that there was going to be Splatoon 2 on there. And at least as far as I knew, because I didn't know that this was happening, in between the Final Fest and Splatoon, leading up to Splatoon 2 reveal, as well as the Switch 2 reveal, there was some lore tidbits getting thrown out on Tumblr, their official Tumblr page, which I'm not sure is being used still. I think it's probably just not even used at all anymore. But they used Tumblr to tell us the story of what happened in between Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2, and that was obviously leading up to the Switch 2 reveal, or the Switch reveal, and the Splatoon 2. And when Splatoon 2 finally got officially revealed, I guess, because I don't actually I just remember that the Switch was revealed, but I never really saw if it was if Splatoon 2 was in the Switch reveal, or if it was the Direct that I saw it was first. I don't know which one it was for me specifically, but one I just distinctly remember is someone edited the video when they revealed Pearl and Marina. They took Etika's reaction to Twintel for ARMS and edited over with Marina being revealed. Yeah, that was an interesting edit, I'll give it that. So, obviously at this point, I did not have the game, because I didn't have a Switch, because my mom had a policy when I was growing up, not having consoles growing up for video games. I mean, I had a DS, I had a 3DS too, but I mainline consoles the Wii U, Switch 2 or Switch, Xbox, PlayStation. Yeah, none of those were in my household. Some YouTubers that I watched around this time was continuing to be Zach Scott, AlphaRad, Vic Vion, GG Gabriel Gaming. Who else? I'm trying to think of people who aren't canceled now. I mean, GG is not really doing any videos anymore. I think he's more focusing on his family now, which is understandable, honestly. I can't remember. I can't think of anyone else who is still doing Splatoon that is currently, or who is still in the community actively and is still doing videos. So I think that's probably about it for who is there. Anyway, after that, we got the reveal for Octo Expansion, which I think was about a year later after Splatoon 2 was first launched. And, well, for Octo Expansion, obviously, that was a big deal. It was our first ever DLC for Splatoon, the Splatoon series in general. And we're getting, like, a full new story mode for, like, experienced players, for one, because the story mode in Splatoon 2 was not hard. Let's put it that way. But Octo Expansion was actually harder than Splatoon 2's base story mode, if you don't already know that. But obviously the big grand thing about Octo Expansion is that after you completed it, you were able to play as an Octoling. Which, well, a lot of people were like really hyped about that, and I can't say for certain that I wasn't hyped about that either, because again, I didn't have a Switch at the time and couldn't play it. I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot. I can ask my mom and see if she could get it for me for my birthday. So, some point during the summer, I asked my mom if she could get me a Switch for my birthday. And apparently, exact quote, verbatim, "I can't surprise you with anything, Rocco." Yeah, so apparently she was, well, I was going to be gone for a little bit, over the summer, because my dad wanted to hang out with me, I guess. Less we talk about him, the better. But anyway, while I was gone, she was going to buy me a Switch while I was gone, like I was saying. And so just ruined the surprise for her. So yeah, I love you, Mom, but unfortunately I'm always a little one step ahead of you sometimes. And that's when I was able to actually get Splatoon. Was actually able to play Splatoon. Well, Splatoon 2 more specifically, because still don't have a Wii U, of course. But obviously, you can't get a Nintendo console without getting Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart. So that was one of the games I got with Splatoon 2. I got Lego Worlds, if anyone even remembers that game. Lego Ninjago Movie. And there's a few. Oh, Minecraft, that was the other one. There's a few others, but I can't remember them off the top of my head at the current moment. But yeah, so those were the games that I got for my Switch when I first got them. Or when I first got it. And the rest is history. I started playing Splatoon basically religiously. I got like probably about over 600 hours in it, maybe. I have to look again. I'll probably put it in post again. And wow. I still remember my original thought for when I started playing the game was I was gonna take what's the clothing options for that were on the amiibos for Splatoon 2 or Splatoon 1's amiibos, and just use them as my base gear. Obviously, that has changed now, considering you see the video that I'm showing right now. I chose retro glasses, the red chili ski jacket, and those aren't the red slugs. I think those are other ones. I don't remember, but I'll put the gear that I use now up on screen here, what their names are. But anyway, but that basically became my go-to gear. Those three with the pompadour, or not the pompadour, the slip back, I think is what the hairstyle is called. With interchanging the skinny jeans and the shorts, I think, is what I interchange every so often for my look on Splatoon, for both Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. But anyway, I guess since we're done talking about that, we'll continue on to, well, the Final Fest of, well, quote-unquote Final Fest, because, yeah, some sort of pandemic happened after that. And that's all we're going to talk about that. But the Final Fest, Chaos versus Order. That was a wild experience there, because that was my obviously my first ever Final Fest for Splatoon, and you know, usually I'm a type of guy who would want to have order in his life. I need shit to be explained to me, basically, like how I need to do it in order, and I will do it as best as to my ability. But hey, Chaos seems kind of fun, honestly. Not gonna lie. So I went with Chaos for the Final Fest, which, yeah, it's going against like what I usually stand for. Like I would like order, but like, come on, let's get a little chaos going on here, you know. Also because I knew that like a lot of my if I had gotten my friends into this game, they were probably going to go to play Chaos anyway, so I kind of just wanted to go with what my friends were going with, and I didn't end up playing with them over that, so that was unfortunate. Yeah, I tried getting my friends to play it, but they never really did, so I just played it alone. Pretty much just stuck it out the best I could. But other than that, it was a pretty fun experience, honestly. For that Final Fest, we were able to play on every single Shifty station, and then one new one that basically took place outside of where we got where we did the final boss fight for Octo Expansion, which was fun, which was fun because we got a returning special for it in the sense of the MC Princess canon, right? MC Princess? I don't know. I'll throw it up here on screen later. But it was fun to actually get a returning Splatoon 1 special, other than just Bomb Rush. I think was the only one that came back from Splatoon 1, because all the other ones were like really overpowered. Like really overpowered. That was a fun experience for those last 24 hours. Just people gunning for the Princess Cannon and getting the fleeting moment of using Killer Whale one last time before we were probably never going to see it ever again. And then we got them putting all the stages, the Shifty Station stages, in private battle over COVID, which, honestly, thank you for that, Nintendo, because those were some really cool, those were really interesting concepts. I wish that they would bring them back, or like further improve upon some of them, because a few of them were kind of bad, but not all of them. The ending of the game happens. We didn't have really any inkling of information on what Splatoon 3 was going to be, until, well, we eventually did get some information about it. I can say for certain, when Splatoon 3 was revealed, I was awestruck. I could not believe that they were actually doing it so soon after. Well, I shouldn't say so soon after, because like we had like a whole fucking, I think a full year before they actually announced Splatoon 3. I'm not going to recreate what happened or what my reaction was. Just know that I was yelling at the top of my lungs. I almost lost my fucking voice after that. Splatoon, just having finally confirmation of what Splatoon 3 was going to be looking like. So many theories going around, so many speculations. I still remember when I saw Chara's stream clip about about some of his teammates going to it's not PAX. I forgot what convention it was, but they were going to what they thought at the time was going to be a Splatoon 2 tournament. And it later turned out to be that they were going to be they were basically playtesting Splatoon 3 for their tournament. At least I think that's what happened. I don't know for certain. Theories splinging left and right. I said when I first saw that crab tank, I said whenever I use that special, I'm going to yell Bakugan Brawl because it was a fucking Bakugan. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. But unfortunately, I never really did say Bakugan Brawl whenever I use that special because, well, one, I keep forgetting to, and two, it's just cringe to just yell something like that for no fucking reason. But yeah. So after that, I started like actually. Well, I shouldn't say I started. I really got into like trying to actually play this game properly. So I started like testing out what weapons I really flow with, what gear works for me, how I perceive this game basically. I went back to Octo Expansion, actually cleared out all the levels. I originally cleared them out and just, like, skipped through them, like, the whole, if you die a certain amount of times, Marina will come in and, like, basically skip the level for you. No, I went back and I redid all those levels without using that option. However, I will say this, when I did Girl Power Station, I kind of cheated. I got a video on like where their spawn points were so I could get through it a bit quicker. I was not going to suffer through that like everyone else did. No, yeah. That was an experience, and then obviously by the time it was fully revealed that it was going to be coming out September of 2022, I finally was able to get started on trying to beat Inner Agent 3. That was also an experience. I think it took me like 2 or 3 days to get it done. Yeah, I mean, I knew that it was going to be a tough fight. I knew what was going to be happening because, well, we've had like I think we've had like about at that point, maybe 3 years on how old the DLC was or that boss fight is. I don't know, but whatever. So, I think, like, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks before Splatoon 3 was officially going to be dropped, I finally got Inner Agent 3 done. I don't know if... No, I don't think I did post it on here. If I remember to, I'll upload it in conjunction... upload my, not my reaction, but my final, or when I actually beat it up on here, it'll probably be uploaded before this video, maybe after. It all depends on if I remember. But yeah, that's what I did leading up to Splatoon 3, and then well, Splatoon 3 finally came out. And, well... I didn't get around to playing it till, like, like, the weekend, because I had classes that I needed to do. And speaking of which, I'm pretty sure Splatoon 3 and beating Inner Agent 3 were probably the reason why I failed my design studio that semester. I'm not gonna lie. I spent way too much time on Splatoon 3. I religiously played Splatoon 3. All I did was play it until I got every single weapon in that game 1-starred. Which I am still continuing to do. If we get more third kits for the rest of the weapons that are in this game, I am going to continue that trend, and I'm going to finish getting them all at 1-star. Primarily the reason why I did 1-star them all is because I wanted to get the Sheldon licenses so I could get all the weapons. Because, yeah, sure, I don't play all the weapons, but it's good to just have them in case you want to do like a challenge run or something, or if you're like playing with friends and they challenge you to play a different weapon than you're used to. But yeah, that was an experience on getting all those done, because I do not like chargers. I'm trying to get into blasters, but I still really can't get them as best as I thought I could. I still hate facing them, but hey, but they're meant to be a skill weapon anyway, like chargers. I'm trying to get into Splatlings too, but I haven't really gotten around to practicing with them either. And while I was at college, I found out that there was like a gaming club there. It was called Games Nation, and I went there to try and see if I could find some people who played Splatoon. And, well, I got like maybe a total of 2 people to play Splatoon with me there. Yeah. When I eventually did get on e-board for this club, I tried doing a big run event, and like, yeah, no one showed up. It was probably because of the poster I designed. It was honestly kind of shit. And also, there's probably not a lot of people who wanted to even try to attempt going to that place. Just going to keep it brief. There were a lot of creeps on campus, and I don't blame them for not wanting to go to Games Nation, because those creeps tended to hang out there as well. So I don't blame them for not wanting to go. So yeah, that's about all I'm going to say on the matter. Because it's just, yeah. And I did eventually find people who did play Splatoon on campus. A person someone else who was in e-board introduced me to his friend group, and wow, a lot of them played Splatoon. Boker, Pooley, Kitten, I don't remember if it's Helios or Helos. But shout out to all of them. We in the following semester, after we all found out that we played Splatoon, we decided to get a townhouse together, and we all we called it the Squid Kids house. Those are some good memories. Oh my god, we had a riot there. My god. Now moving on to side order. So when that was a long time coming as well, because like, we did not know anything about what side order was, because we got like a quick brief description, or not a description, but like something saying that we were getting DLC. We got Inkopolis Plaza for the first DLC, and then the second was side order, and this was obviously a double entendre for like side order as in a side dish to your to what you for your meal. And then also side order, as in, what if Order won the Splatfest? Which, cheeky little thing there you did, Nintendo. I like it. But I remember that was also an interesting time to just theorize what was going on with that. The fucking concept art that they used in that first trailer was interesting. I don't know if we have official concept art released for side order now. I think we do, but yeah. I remember when it was first released, Side Order. I mean, I did not sleep that night. When that day that night it was released, that was my only priority. Homework? What is that? Classes? Never heard of them. I'm playing Side Order all night, baby. I'm gonna finish it first. Which I think on campus I technically was the first person who finished it. Worldwide, I'm sure someone probably finished it before me. I don't doubt it in my. I have no doubt in my mind that someone finished it before me. I made it pretty far, honestly. I think I made it to like I can't see it now because it's like really far back into the leaderboard now, but or not the leaderboard, the run board. But I obviously your first weapon is the dualies, and let's see. I think I might have gotten to like floor 23, I believe. So I was very close to the end of the DLC or very close to the ending of, yeah, no, just of course close to the ending to the DLC. But yeah. And then I think if I remember correctly, it was a danger level, and it was the one where you have like those cubes, those things that you shoot, and they like extend the cubes out. I forgot if that was added in Splatoon 3 or if that was in the story mode of Splatoon 2. Or even Splatoon 1. I don't remember where they were introduced. I just remember that they were in this story mode, in this DLC, or at least in Splatoon 3, because they were in the base story mode for that. And it was like you had to shoot the two boxes, and they would make a path preventing enemies coming in from all sides, and they would only funnel in through one section. And I think it was like stronger gelatins on that level, and I got wiped on that. Which, oh well. It was literally my first run, so dying was to be expected. So yeah. And then we got and then I went back through and did it with Fry's palette, which is the Splatana, not the Splatana specifically, but the Splatana stamper with I think burst. No, does it have burst bomb in Crab Tank? I know it has Crab Tank, but I don't remember if it has burst bomb. I don't know, but that's the palette that I completed it with, was Fry's palette. And let me tell you, that final boss is fucking insane. I honestly wish that we could play through it, the original cut of, or not the original cut, the original version of the final boss again, like how you can play through the tutorial final boss and then the second phase of the final boss. But you can't like play through the original phase of the final boss again, unless you just go through with another palette. But then you don't hear the music that plays through that phase 1 fight, part of the fight, anymore. So, which is unfortunate, because it's a good track, honestly. I don't like particularly remember remember what it sounds like, but I know it's like a very menacing sounding track, and I kind of wish that you were able to play it, or you had the option to play it when you were doing it, when you're playing through the game again with other palettes than just what the new boss theme is. Which is a little thing to note about Side Order, is that the ending music for, like, right here, for it, it shows, it's like the closing theme here for like when you're leaving a level. That is the second phase of the final boss, theme playing. And then if you're done with a regular boss, like Parallel Cannon, for instance, since I think that's in this run that I'm showing here, that one has the ending theme for it is "We Are So Back" or "We Are Back" or something like that. I don't remember what the song is called, but basically the new theme that's played through the second half of Splatfest now in Inkopolis Square. Eventually after that, we got to the Final Fest, and of course when I was with these friends of mine, that was when the final or Grand Fest, excuse me, finally was revealed, and that was also an experience to actually have people who play Splatoon be able to play with them through this this last moment of, well, regular updates for the game. I still remember when Three Wishes was revealed for the game, and oh, man, that Three Wishes, man. Just thinking about the lyrics, because they were official English and Japanese lyrics made for the song, and just thinking about the lyrics is getting me it's kind of getting me misty-eyed here, not gonna lie. Because when they did a direct for Splatoon 3, they said that this was going to be the closing saga for the Squid Beak Splatoon, which means potentially this would be the last time we see probably Callie and Marie from this point on. And even like Agent 3 or Agent 4 or Agent Neo 3 or Captain Cuttlefish and Octavio and all of them, but like it just really made me realize. I mean, of course, the song was also supposed to like tie into the Grand Fest's theming, which was past, present, and future. Me and my friends, we all went Team Present because we are going to represent Pearl and Marina, those two for sure lesbians, because there's no heterosexual way to explain their relationship, and I'm going to die on this hill. Yeah. Well, with the exception of one person. One person went with Team Future because their family was going with Team Future because they got their entire family to play Splatoon, apparently. Which, lucky them, honestly. Good for them. But yeah. But just the whole theming behind the Grand Fest, Three Wishes, Now or Never 7 with their whole Rainbow Color Incantation playing during the Final Fest Tricolor battle, or at least when it was in the Grand Splatlands Bowl stage, which going on to Big Run that happened before the Grand Festival. That was also an experience because, my god, Splatoon community, how the fuck did we manage to get 999 or 9,999,999, or was it 9 billion? I don't remember. How did we manage to get that number in like the matter of a fucking hour or 2 hours? I don't remember how long it was, but it was so quick. They underestimated our power. The devs, I mean. They underestimated what we could do. They had to make it so it was like 999 billion for it. And even then we reached it like within a day, I believe. I don't remember. I just remember it was ridiculously fast than how quickly we maxed out that fucking thing. Oh my god, that was funny. and not to mention, I wish that we could actually get the Grand Splat Bowl again for a Salmon Run stage, because Well, maybe not just for a Salmon Run stage, but just for a Big Run stage, because that was a fucking event, man. I loved that stage, too. I love that stage so much. Hang on, I think I might need to get some water. Fuck. But that stage, man, that was with the fucking golden egg or not baskets, the golden egg what do you want to call them? Cannons, that's the word I was looking for. Being able to send them basically straight into the basket was chef's kiss. Not have to worry about having to go all the way. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. If you were further out from where the basket was, they wouldn't directly go into it. But if you were closer, they would go directly into it. And that was like, that made collecting eggs so much easier. My God. And then I think this was also the first big run that we got the triumvirate as well. I think. I don't remember. Maybe it happened the big run, big run, or big run, whatever. Whichever one it was beforehand. I don't remember which one was when we first got the triumvirate. Maybe it was just big run, and this big run was the second. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But man, I guess going back to the Grand Fest. That my God, that was an experience. I'm sorry for anyone who was not around to play during that. Like, just having it so that, like, when the days leading up to the second, or the day leading up to it was just so, well, grand, I guess. And then the day of was obviously grand because we got the fucking Coachella-looking ass stage with Pearl, Marina, Callie, Marie, and Shiver, Fry, and Big Man with their Grand Festival outfits and singing Three Wishes during that entire weekend. And then obviously the precursor to everything, we got the whole what do you want to call it? The three bands singing some of their songs before and after, or in the three stage areas in that festival area. I'm still mad though. I'm still mad that they didn't put ebb and flow into those battles. Man, that was like the best song in Splatoon 2's arsenal for battle songs. They put all the other ones in, but not ebb and flow. I'm mad. I mean, they put fucking Shark Bites in there. That's a fucking Octo expansion song. Not dissing on Shark Bites. That is also a killer song. But you don't put ebb and flow in there. Like, easily the most iconic song from Splatoon 2. And you don't put that one in. Come on, man. Come on, Nintendo. Come on. And then, obviously, after the whole thing was said and done, Team Past won. We'll see what Splatoon 4 is going to be doing for that. Who knows, like, honestly. But then after everything, like, was said and done, they did, like... They made it so that all the bands had their, respective songs play during each one. Like, I'm drawing a blank on what Deep Cut's ending song was. And I don't remember which one they played for the Squid Sisters either, because Squid Sisters have three of them. They have the one in Splatoon 2, this one in Splatoon, the one in Splatoon 2, and the one in Splatoon 3. So I don't know if they did Fresh Start, whatever the one was called in Splatoon 3, or whatever one was in Splatoon 1. I just remember Fresh Start specifically, unfortunately. Again, first game I played. But obviously, Pearl and Marina had their Into the Light play during that. Which, that was another... that is actually another thing I did. Because it was the ending of Splatoon 2's lifespan, basically. Well, not exactly end of lifespan. End of lifespan is when they finally cut the servers, like they did with Splatoon 1. That would definitely be the end of the game's lifespan, if you ask me. But when Splatoon 3 was being led up to, I listened to Into the Light a lot, just because it was like, wow, we're at the end, and we're going into Splatoon 3. the Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 both mean a lot to me. Like, sure, Splatoon 2, maybe I wasn't there from the beginning, but I still consider that, yeah, that's my first game, and I consider it to be the start of, where my life went on a different path than I thought it was going to. Because I never thought I would actually be able to convince my mother to get me to play games on a console like this. My primary reason was because because I was a Pokemon fan, and I still am to this day. Obviously, because my name is fucking Rocco the Rayquaza on YouTube. But I knew eventually that because they were starting to cut ties with the 3DS, they were going to be putting the Pokemon games on the Switch. So I needed to take a risk and get my mom to listen to me, or not listen to me, but get my mom to buy the gaming console for me. If I didn't have a Switch or a Switch 2 now, I don't think I would have the friends I do today. And I think, and I shouldn't say I think, I am really grateful that I found the friends that I have found through this game, through this community, through several different communities, not just through Pokemon or Splatoon specifically. In this case, Lego, Ninjago, a lot of different things on here. This community, man, is something else. I'll say that. I mean, people in this community have, I know that people have discovered themselves through Splatoon. They figured out who they want to be, who they want to be, who they really are, and actually feel comfortable with themselves because of this game. And of course, that can be said for almost any game at this point. I can't say enough how much this game means to me, because again, I don't think I would be where I am right now if I didn't play this game, or if I didn't get into the community of this game. So, Splatoon, you did something right. Or I shouldn't say Splatoon. Nintendo, you did something right with this game. You've brought a lot of people together with this game. And I'm just at a loss on how quickly this game franchise blew up for them. Because, it was just a goofy little Splatoon game, or goofy little game with with humanoid squids and octopi shooting ink at each other. Come on. How just thinking of how this game exploded is just baffling to me. Now, I guess moving on to Splatoon Raiders. After Grand Fest, we knew that we were still going to get updates, but not like I said, not regular updates. We weren't getting the seasonal stuff anymore. We weren't. Well, I mean, we were, but we're not getting weapons every few months. Now we're just waiting to see if they actually do give us weapons. And then just some random Tuesday. Well, not random. It was the anniversary of when Splatoon was revealed at E3 or something. I don't remember specifically, but at the time, just some random Tuesday, we get a fucking trailer for third kits for some of the weapons, and then and then fucking drop a. Then it was like basically shadow drop us a trailer for Splatoon Raiders, which we kind of knew was coming at the time because we had the leaked I don't want to say images. What do you want to call it? The leaked data mine, I guess, of internal code for a game called Spiral, which people theorized it was going to be a spin-off game. Some people theorized it was Splatoon 4, which, let's be honest, it was way too early for Splatoon 4. But Splatoon, knowing what the location of the game is being taking place, called the Spiralite Islands, it makes sense on why its code name was Spiral, because obviously it was Spiral, or it was obviously the Spiralite Islands, so Spiral would make sense to call would make it sense to call it that. But yeah, anyway. Which I'm still very curious on what Raiders is going to have entail for us, cause like sure we're facing the Salmonids again, which sure, but like come on, we literally have a full fucking story mode saying what we're doing in Salmon Run is bad. So why are we going against Salmonids again? Which, sure, we could probably... There's probably a... I really can't justify arguing, like, why we're facing Salmonids, honestly. Like... It's like taking what happens in real life, honestly. Because there's, like, a full fucking community on an island here, somewhere on the Earth, that is, like, literally closed off from the rest of the world. They have no idea who we are or what's going on around the world. And as far as they know, seeing some of the shit that flies over their heads, like our airplanes and shit like that, they have no fucking clue what's going on. And that's basically what's going on with, like, what's going on with the Salmonids here. They're obviously like a whole offshoot tribe from the Salmonids that we've been fighting, and they literally have nothing to do with what's going on at in Inkopolis or in the Splatlands. They have no idea what's going on with what's going on with golden eggs being stolen by us, and their whole culture is obviously different from the other. I mean, sure. There's like similarities between the two Salmonid cultures. Like, for instance, it looks like that they still see dying in battle as a glorious thing to happen to someone or to their people. But we are going into, like, sure, the whole premise of Splatoon Raiders, from what it seems like, is just that Deep Cut wanted to go and get some treasure and wanted to profit off of it. Now, obviously, because from what it looks like, these Spiralite Islands are like completely cut off from the world, they wouldn't know what the hell's going on outside their where they are now. And, well, I know for certain that it's what's going on with Deep Cut and the Salmonids on these Spiralite Islands is more of a, oh, we're defending our territory, but we're also defending ourselves because you're attacking us despite the fact that we're invading on your territory. But, and also, like, the whole fucking thing with the first trailer showing that whatever the Spiralite Islands has going on around it, just basically bringing down their helicopter so that they can, so that so they could like safely leave when they want, because of course uh, the the island itself, from what it seems like, just wants them. Or I shouldn't say that. The island itself, the storm that was around, basically did something to him, or to the. Actually, wait, no. What did happen in the trailer? Wasn't there like a beam of light that like shot them down or something like that? Ooh, now I'm getting some Nautica flashbacks. Yeah, no, I don't think that's what they're going for. I don't know. Maybe hopefully there will be like an explanation why we're fighting the Salmonids again for this. Because like I feel like if they're going to introduce a new enemy, they're going to wait till the next mainline installment rather than what's going on right now with this game. But again, hopefully we will get something on like what this game is going to be about, like, or not what it's about, but like why we're fighting Salmonids again. Because we know that the Salmonids aren't bad, they're just protecting their young because we're stealing their golden eggs. And, well, you know. Yeah. At this point I'm just trying to get to the end here of the recording because I did a lot of just not talking in this thing. And then also rambling too. But ultimately, here's my closing thoughts. This game series, I fucking love it. It's definitely up there with all the other ones. It's definitely up there with Pokemon, Sonic, Transformers, Ninjago, Bionicle, the works. Like, I have some of the Figmas somewhere. I don't remember where I put them. Even if I could remember where they are, I would put them out with my whole Transformer, Lego, Bionicle, Ninjago collection on display in my room. If I had places for the amiibos other than inside my TV stand, I would love to have them out, or like in like a glass thing, and have them displayed in my room somewhere. But of course I don't, because I have limited space in my room. As it is, I'm trying to figure out like what I'm gonna do with the 10th anniversary big Legos Ninjago City set that came out. It's right now sitting on my dresser behind me. It used to be on my display stand, but I was getting concerned about like some of the noises that was coming from the display stand, and I thought, oh, is the weight of that is the weight of the set about to make the stand break? So I took it down and put it on my dresser. And of course, I'm still hearing those noises, but I'm not even sure if it's even coming from the display stand anymore. I'm not sure if it's coming from somewhere else or not. But yeah. Man. This game series, man. I can say plenty of what has already been said, and I can't really add on to it, because what's already been said is basically good enough to really talk about what this game franchise is to people. It is to people. It is many things to people. It is, to me, it's just a way I was able to connect with more people. It was a way to actually, I mean, yeah, sure, Pokemon is also a way to connect with other people, and a lot of other games are also ways to connect with people, but this one specifically, just because I've never really played a game like this really ever, it just changed a lot of what I do nowadays. Like, sure, I may be a bit of a goofball and shit like that, but I ran out of things to really talk about for this shit. I'm just rambling again. uh, I guess really just to close it out is Nintendo, you made a really cool and interesting franchise. A new SIP that just exploded. And I couldn't be any more grateful for you for making this silly little squid game. Yeah. So a little over two. Well, no, I think it is just about 2 months now until Splatoon Raiders comes out, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a job by then, but I will definitely, to the best of my ability, upload regularly for Splatoon Raiders, and I will try my best to also go in blind, because when I didn't have a reason to worry about uploading shit, I heavily spoiled myself on a lot of crap coming up, like the Pokemon games. I spoiled myself on the story on that. The Tears of the Kingdom, spoiled that that game for myself. Not because of the leaks, because I think it leaked like that game leaked like a whole fucking week beforehand. Again, I'll try my best not to leak or spoil myself on what Splatoon Raiders has in store for us. So I guess with that, I will end it here. I'll see you guys when Splatoon Raiders comes out. Bye.